Imagine this. It's August 2023. High above Europe, Air Force One is gliding through the clouds, sleek, secure, and the symbol of ultimate power. But thousands of miles away, a different kind of jet is lifting off from Los Angeles. No security detail, no political agenda, no journalists, just velvet carpets, solid gold accents, a private music studio, and a lounge so fancy, it looks more like a five-star penthouse than an airplane cabin. And the owner, not a president, but a rapper. That jet alone cost over $100 million. And here's the craziest part. It's not even the most luxurious one. We're about to take you inside 9 private jets that make Air Force One look basic. We're talking about planes with cinemas, crystal ceilings, and yes, rules about what color clothes you're allowed to wear on board. Stay with us till the end, because one of these jets isn't just rare or rich. It's hiding a secret that even the fans never saw coming. This is next-level sky luxury. Let's start with number 9, a plane that's so massive. It used to carry cargo across continents. Then came Drake, and he turned it into a flying kingdom. In 2019, the world-famous rapper revealed something jaw-dropping. A Boeing 767, now known as Air Drake. Once used for hauling freight, this jet got a full makeover, and the result, nothing short of legendary. The transformation was guided by Virgil Abloh, the same creative genius behind Off-White and Louis Vuitton. He didn't just decorate it, he designed it like a luxury home. In the sky. Step inside, and here's what you'll see. A bedroom that feels like it belongs in a royal palace. A private movie room, because of course watching blockbusters at 40,000 feet is normal now. A sky lounge with real hardwood floors. Yes, actual wood. And even a music studio, so Drake can drop verses between takeoff and landing. This is no ordinary jet. This is a flying fortress built for a global icon. Now, here's where it gets wild. A single hour in the air burns about $10,000 in fuel and operating costs. That's not counting crew, food, or the price of parking a 767 on a private runway. But for Drake, it's not about saving money. It's about making a statement. Owning a jet this size screams power, freedom, and dominance. But here's the twist most people miss. Drake didn't even buy it. That's right. It was gifted to him. A Canadian cargo airline called Cargojet gave it to him for free as part of a business deal and branding play. They knew the exposure Drake would bring was worth tens of millions more. So instead of cashing out, Drake got the ultimate flex, a $100 million sky mansion wrapped in branding and backed by loyalty. But while Drake owns one of the most recognizable planes in the world, there's another name on this list who didn't stop at one. He owns 2 private jets, each with their own personality, and what's inside his aircraft might just make Air Drake look like a warm-up. Ready to see who it is. If Drake's jet is all about bold power. Number 8, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift plays a different kind of game. Subtle elegance wrapped in fierce independence. Not 1, but 2 private jets. Both from Dassault, the French company that builds aircraft for royalty and CEOs. Their total value, around $150 million. But her crown jewel? The Dassault Falcon 7X. A sleek, whisper-quiet jet designed not just to fly fast, but to fly in style. Inside, it's classic Swift, chic, calm, and creatively built around her lifestyle. You'll find a lounge where she can unwind mid-tour. A bedroom that lets her arrive rested and fresh. A custom work area, carved out just for songwriting on the move. And the design? It reflects her brand. Soft tones, vintage charm, and just enough sparkle to remind you who's flying. But with great fame comes great scrutiny. In 2022, Taylor faced heavy backlash when fans and media started tracking celebrity jet emissions. Her name popped up for frequent short-haul flights, some as short as 20 minutes. Suddenly, a symbol of freedom turned into a talking point. Critics questioned her environmental footprint. Memes exploded. Comment sections caught fire. And what did Taylor do? She didn't make a speech. She didn't tweet a defense. She simply sold one of her jets, quietly. And then she offset the emissions of the remaining flights using carbon credits. No drama, no headlines, just action that kept her image intact. while staying loyal to her need for privacy, movement, and control. That's the Swift method. Grace under fire, luxury with intention. Her jet isn't just a ride, it's a mobile sanctuary, where music is born, where rest is sacred, and where everything reflects the rhythm of a global superstar. But while Taylor's plane is tailored for personal flow, our next celebrity flipped the script completely. Their aircraft was built not for comfort, but for content. Think studio lighting, aesthetic interiors, and even a dress code. Yes, a dress code, just to get on board. Ready to step into a plane that's more Instagram than airplane? Let's take a look. If Taylor Swift's jet is a sanctuary, then number 7, Kim Kardashian's is a statement. Welcome aboard Kim Air. Her personal Gulfstream G650ER, worth a stunning $150 million. This isn't just a jet, it's a flying fashion show, a mobile photo shoot, and a brand experience, wrapped in the softest beige you've ever seen. From the moment you step inside, it's clear. This is Kim's world. The entire interior is done in her signature neutral palette. Beige, cream, and taupe tones so precise, they almost whisper luxury. Even the seats, they're covered in cashmere. Yes, cashmere. But here's where things get even more. Kardashian. Rule number 1 aboard Kim Air. You can't wear just anything. Guests are asked to dress in neutral colors to match the jet's clean, curated aesthetic. No loud prints, no neon. Everything has to blend in with the brand. It's not about showing off, it's about staying on theme. And the features, they're just as extreme. You'll find 2 full bathrooms. Not half baths, full-sized. A master suite with custom lighting that flatters every angle. Soft, ambient tones that were literally designed to make selfies and reels look flawless at 40,000 feet. In fact, every inch of the cabin is built for content. Lighting, textures, angles. It's less of a jet, more of a flying set, where every story, every post, and every shot supports Kim's empire. Because this isn't just travel, it's strategy. Every detail reinforces her brand of calm power, flawless control, and minimalist luxury. And unlike many celebrity planes that stay hidden from view, Kim has proudly shown hers off through video tours, photo shoots, and interviews. It's not a secret, it's a message. This is what success looks like. But now, let's shift gears. We've seen jets built for power, for privacy, for content. But what happens when all that luxury is used for something bigger? What if a jet wasn't just about showing off, but showing up during a crisis? Because the next celebrity didn't just fly in comfort. They used their private jet to deliver hope during one of the worst disasters in recent memory. Get ready to meet a plane that's more than plush carpets and champagne. It's about purpose. So far, we've seen jets built for image, influence, and elegance. But number 6, Tyler Perry's aircraft, it's a jet with a mission. This is the Gulfstream 3, a sleek silver symbol of hard-earned success, custom built at a cost of around $125 million. It's not just a place to relax, it's a place to create, plan, and sometimes to serve. Step inside, and you'll find the signature Tyler Perry touch in every corner. There's a private cinema, perfect for reviewing scripts or watching early film edits at 40,000 feet. The floors, hotel-grade hardwood, warm, polished, and rich in tone. And on everything from the towels to the pillows, you'll see it. TP, a bold reminder of the man behind the empire. It's stylish, it's serious, and above all, it's personal. But this jet's true story came in a moment of crisis. In 2019, the world watched as Hurricane Dorian slammed into the Bahamas. Homes were torn apart, families were stranded, supplies were scarce, and hope fading fast. While many sent thoughts and prayers, Tyler Perry took flight, using his own jet. This very Gulfstream 3, he personally flew food, clean water, medical supplies, and basic necessities into disaster zones that were nearly impossible to reach. And he didn't just send a team. He went himself, more than once, flying in and out of the chaos quietly, without cameras, without headlines, just action. Because for Tyler, luxury isn't the destination, it's a tool to lead, to lift others, and to make real change. This wasn't about going viral. It was about doing the right thing when it mattered most. And that's what sets this jet apart. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's worth millions. But its most valuable moments didn't happen at a red carpet or film festival. They happened on a battered island in the wake of a storm when help was needed most. In a world full of flexes, this jet stands for something more: responsibility. And that makes it one of the most powerful planes in this entire lineup. But not every celebrity story ends on a high note. Because next, we're diving into a jet built for a dream bigger than music or movies. A vision of flying fashion, business in the sky, and a global lifestyle brand that never quite made it off the runway. Who tried to build an airborne empire, only to watch it fall from the clouds? Let's take a closer look. If these private jets are already blowing your mind, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap that bell icon, because we're just getting warmed up. What you've seen so far, that's only half the sky. The most dramatic, most unexpected story is coming up next. Now let's talk about number 5. A man who didn't just want to fly, he wanted to own the skies. We're talking about Kanye West. While most celebrities buy jets, Kanye bought a vision, not one plane, but two: a Gulfstream G6 50ER and a Falcon 900LX. These weren't just luxury toys. They were the early steps in a flying fashion empire. Inside, Kanye planned to launch something completely different. Yeezy-designed interiors, gold trim, Italian leather seats chosen like sneaker materials, lighting set to mood-specific themes. The goal? To create flying spaces that felt like art, status, and brand, all in one. The idea was to monetize the sky, turning these jets into flying experiences for artists, influencers, and high-end clientele. Think private Yeezy fashion shows, airborne music launches, exclusive content shoots mid-air. But then, it all fell apart. By late 2022, Kanye's world started unraveling. Legal battles erupted, major brands dropped him. Billions in partnerships collapsed in a matter of weeks. And the jets, grounded. What was once a dream of global air dominance became a cautionary tale of ambition that outpaced reality. Unpaid bills, leased planes returned, and a brand that once soared, now scattered across courtrooms and controversy. His airborne empire never truly took off, and the jets that were meant to carry his vision ended up as grounded monuments to a dream interrupted. Was it genius, or a reminder that even at 40,000 feet, ambition without structure can spiral fast? But here's the thing. While Kanye's dreams fell from the clouds, another celebrity is still flying high. Her plane, soft, stylish, and entirely pink. Yes, matte pink. But behind the glam is one of the most controversial names in the celebrity carbon footprint conversation. She's flying in privacy, while the internet debates every mile she logs. And what's inside her jet might just be the boldest mix of pop fantasy and unapologetic wealth we've seen yet. You ready to see it? Let's step aboard. We've seen luxury, we've seen leadership, we've even seen dreams crash mid-air. But now, let's enter number 4, a jet where every inch is pink, polished, and unapologetically glam. Welcome to Kylie Air, a $73 million masterpiece in the clouds. Owned by Kylie Jenner, it's not just a plane. It's a flying extension of her brand. Wrapped in matte pink, this Bombardier Global 7500 turns heads before it even leaves the runway. The stairs? Pink. The engine accents? Pink. The napkins, the pillows, the rugs, all personalized with her initials. And the inside, even more surreal. You'll find a private bedroom, complete with satin linens and mood lighting. A glam room stocked with every beauty product imaginable, because touch-ups at 45,000 feet are a must. A dining zone designed for intimate meals or branded content shoots. And a full entertainment lounge with plush seating, massive screens, and curated vibes for every flight. It's Instagram ready, it's ultra private, it's 100% Kylie. But then came the storm. In 2022, the internet exploded when flight trackers revealed something shocking. Kylie's jet had taken a 17-minute flight between two spots easily reachable by car in under 45 minutes. The backlash, immediate. Brutal, viral, Critics called it the ultimate symbol of climate ignorance. Memes flooded in. She was labeled climate criminal #1 by environmental groups and social media watchdogs. People questioned the ethics of a private jet lifestyle in a world fighting wildfires, floods, and rising temperatures. But here's what shocked everyone even more. Kylie didn't blink. No public apology. No social media statement. No grounding of the jet. Kylie Air is still flying, still pink, still packed with glam. For her, the jet is more than transportation. It's a statement of control, of freedom, and of living life without compromise. It's her world, her way, her rules. And while millions criticize, millions more watch, follow, and buy into the dream. Because love it or hate it, Kylie has built a brand so powerful. Even her plane is part of the performance. But now, let's take a breath. Because we've seen jets built for image, for luxury, for content, even for controversy. What about change? What about the celebrity who flies not for comfort or clout, but for impact? Someone who uses their jet to make a real difference in communities, in lives, in the world. Up next, we're about to board a jet that's quiet, classy, and deeply powerful. Because it's not about how it looks on the outside. It's about what it's doing on the inside. Get ready for a story that brings us back to purpose. We've seen planes that sparkle, planes that shock, planes that flex. But now, #3, we step inside a jet that speaks in a different tone. Soft, strong, and deeply intentional. This is Oprah Winfrey's Gulfstream G650. Worth around $70 million, it's one of the most advanced and refined private jets in the world. And just like Oprah herself, this aircraft is built not to impress, but to inspire. Unlike others, Oprah's jet isn't loud. It doesn't wear gold. It doesn't demand attention. Instead, it moves like she does. Quietly, efficiently, and always with purpose. The cabin is engineered for silence, reducing outside noise to a whisper. That's not just comfort, it's clarity. A space to think, to read, to reset. Inside, you'll find a gourmet kitchen, fully equipped so that meals can be crafted, not just heated. A private suite offers Oprah full-length sleeping quarters ideal for cross-continental trips because her work never stays in one place. And this jet doesn't just fly far, it flies anywhere. With a 7,000-mile range, she can cross oceans, continents, and time zones without stopping, without noise, without fuss. But here's what makes Oprah's jet truly different. It doesn't just take her to red carpets or luxury resorts. It's the aircraft she uses to visit her girls' school in South Africa, a project that's changed the future for hundreds of young women. It takes her to private donor events where millions are raised, not for clothes or causes, but for communities. And it quietly supports projects you never hear about. Behind the scenes, off the record, away from the spotlight. Because Oprah doesn't just fly above the world. She flies to lift it. This jet is more than private travel. It's power, privacy, and purpose, working in perfect balance. Where other jets shout, hers listens. Where others display, hers delivers. And that's why this Gulfstream G650 might be the most impactful plane we've seen yet. But we're not done. Because our final story isn't about having a jet. It's about giving one up. What kind of person walks away from luxury? From speed, comfort, and status, just to follow a greater calling. Our last celebrity did just that. They owned the skies, and then made a decision that stunned the world. They chose peace over power, service over status, and their journey ended not on a runway, but in a moment of deep personal change. Who are they, and why did they leave it all behind? Let's close this story with a twist. You'll never forget. We've traveled through sky mansions, billion-dollar brands, and airborne empires. But now, we enter #2, a jet that carried not a fashion line or a media empire, but a man in search of peace. Jim Carrey's Gulfstream 5 wasn't loud, it didn't sparkle, and it didn't try to prove anything. Valued at around $59 million, it was Carrey's quiet place above the world. No paparazzi, no flashing lights, just space. To think, to feel, to be. Inside the jet, you wouldn't find gold trim or custom branding. Instead, there was a sketching zone where Carrey, an artist long before he was a star, could draw, paint, and reconnect with creativity. a sleep lounge with no screens or distractions, and most notably, a private meditation space where silence wasn't a luxury. It was the goal. For years, that jet was his refuge, his way of rising above the noise, the fame, the chaos. But in 2022, Carey did something few expected. He sold the plane. Just let it go. No drama, no scandal, no pressure. Just a simple decision, rooted in something deeper. When asked why, he didn't talk about money, or downsizing, or environmental concerns. He said, "I don't need things anymore. I need stillness." That one line hit harder than any headline, because here was a man who had it all: money, awards, fame, freedom, and still chose to step away. He didn't lose his plane. He released it. He realized that true luxury might not be what's around you, but what you feel inside. And that message, it lingers. You can have everything. You can fly higher than most people dream, and still decide that peace, simplicity, and silence are worth more than polished wood and private runways. Jim Carrey's story doesn't end with turbulence or failure. It ends with a kind of personal clarity most people never reach. And his decision? It left people wondering, what do we actually need? Because sometimes letting go is the greatest form of freedom. But before we land, there's one final flight to take. It's not about fame. It's not about luxury. It's not even about purpose. It's about passion and a love for flying so deep. This next celebrity still pilots his own jet. Without a co-pilot. Yes, despite the risk, despite the fame, despite everything at stake. He flies solo. Why? Because for him, the sky isn't just a place to go. It's where he belongs. Let's meet the final name on this list. Most celebrity jets are flown by crews, staffed by assistants, planned by managers. But finally, number one, Harrison Ford. He doesn't wait in the back. He doesn't recline with champagne. He doesn't need a co-pilot, because he's the one flying. Ford's jet isn't the biggest. It isn't lined with gold. And it certainly isn't pink. It's a Cessna Citation Sovereign, a sleek, no-nonsense $18 million aircraft that seats about 8, but only needs one name on the controls. This isn't a toy. This isn't for image. This is his freedom. While others buy jets for comfort, Ford bought his to escape gravity. Literally. He's not just an actor with a plane. He's a licensed pilot with decades of experience and a deep, almost spiritual love for flying. He flies solo, no co-pilot, no staff, just him and the sky. And with that comes risk. In 2015, Ford had a terrifying scare. Flying a vintage World War II plane, he suffered engine failure shortly after takeoff. With seconds to react, he crash-landed on a California golf course. Fractured bones, blood, a near miss with death. Most people would have quit right there, sold the plane, stayed grounded, but not Ford. Because this isn't just a hobby, it's a part of him. And that wasn't the only close call. Years later, he flew dangerously close to a taxiing passenger plane while landing, sparking an investigation and another round of media attention. People asked, should he still be flying? Isn't it time to stop? But Ford, he didn't step back. He doubled down, training harder, flying smarter, logging more hours. He knows the danger. He respects the air. But he also understands something most people forget. The sky isn't just a place to go. It's a place to feel alive. He's not flying to impress anyone. He's not filming it. He's not posting selfies from the cockpit. He flies for the silence, the control, the raw joy of cutting through the clouds. Just him, the throttle, and the horizon. At 80 years old, he's not slowing down. He's still flying that same jet, the Citation Sovereign, alone, across states, and sometimes continents. No matter how many blockbusters he headlines, no matter how many awards or red carpets, this is where he feels most like himself. There's no staff, no stylists, no cameras, just a man and his machine. And maybe that's the real contrast in this entire journey. While others build palaces in the air, Ford finds his home in simplicity. No frills, no flex, just freedom. Because for him, flying isn't about luxury. It's about choice, control, connection. And even when gravity hits back, he gets up, he gets in, and he flies again. Because when your soul lives at 30,000 feet, the ground just isn't enough. After seeing 9 of the most elite jets on Earth, you might think this is all about luxury, power, and travel. But these jets, they're more than flying machines. They're mirrors. Each one tells a story, not just about the sky, but about the person who owns it. Drake's Air Drake is loud, proud, and custom built to match his rise from Toronto to global icon. That jet doesn't just fly, it flexes. It's a reminder that identity can be airborne. Taylor Swift builds a flying sanctuary, crafted for calm, creation, and control. But when the pressure came, she made smart moves, selling, offsetting, adjusting. Her jet reflects a delicate dance between image and responsibility. Kim Kardashian. She turned her jet into a runway. Everything neutral, everything curated, even the clothes her guests wear. Kim doesn't just control her brand, she controls the air around her. They reveal how the ultra-famous cope, express, and navigate a world that never stops watching. But here's the twist. Not one of these jets truly compares to Air Force One. Because while these planes serve personal power, Air Force One serves public duty. These celebrity jets, they're private. They're curated. They're personal choices. Air Force One is not about the person on board. It's about the nation it represents. It's a flying office, a symbol of democracy, and a shield in the sky. That's the real difference. These jets are mirrors of individuals. Air Force One is a mirror of a country. But still, each one of these aircraft, in its own way, reminds us that flight isn't just about movement. It's about message. And the higher you fly, the louder that message becomes. From glam to calm, these jets reveal the truth. Even at 40,000 feet, you can't escape yourself. Comment your favorite jet, then like, share, and subscribe for more.